we've got the amazing cast of this fantastic show. So I'm going to introduce them one by one. Playing Tsubaki Sawabe, Rachel Clare Chan. Welcome, welcome. You can come and sit over here with me, Rachel. Don't worry, I don't bite. Coming up next, playing Kaori Miyazuno, we've got Mia Kobayashi. Welcome, welcome, Mia. Up next, playing Kosei Arima, Zheng Xi Yong. Welcome, welcome, Zheng Xi. Take a seat over there, my friend. Up next, we've got Dean John Wilson playing Ryota Watari. Welcome, welcome, Dean. And last but certainly not least, the musical supervisor responsible for all of this for Your Lie in April. Please welcome Katy Richardson. Welcome, welcome. Take a seat, Katy. Goodness me. Look, we're all here. We're doing it. It's real now. Isn't this exciting? How are you all? You doing well?
Yeah.
Good.
So exciting and so
good.
Guys, the amazing cast of Your Lie in April, a round of applause. Good, good, good. Now, this is so exciting. So like we said, you are also the producer of Death Note the Musical.
The producer's the same producer, yeah.
Yes, okay. So that's what we wanted to see. So
Yeah.
currently, there's a bit of a flow to this. Exciting to have a brand new thing. So let's talk about this right from the beginning. This is such an iconic anime and manga, and I'm sure we've got lots of people who love the original source material in this. What were some of the challenges that came with sort of adapting? 'Cause obviously, we've mentioned before that Frank Wildhorn is the person who wrote the music, and there was obviously a Japanese run of this as well that people could have heard. You guys have recently done a concert where you've actually got to perform this for 2 nights. So how is it finally getting on stage, out of rehearsals, and doing this? Is it very exciting? We'll start. Who wants to start? Dean. Dean, why don't we start with you?
What was the question again?
Is it quite exciting finally sort of getting out rehearsals and doing it all on stage?
Yeah, wonderful. It really is. When we did the concert, it was like 2 weeks of rehearsal, and now we're getting to do a full-blown production of it in the Harold Pinter Theatre, which we're now getting 4 weeks rehearsal. So it's really nice to be able to have a good stint of rehearsal process and then be able to put it on stage for all of the London audience.
Absolutely. And Zheng Xi, how long were you guys practicing for this? Like, how long was the rehearsal before the concert?
So for the concert, we only had 2 weeks, and it was a full-length musical. So yeah, 2 weeks, but because I played some piano in it, I kind of spent an extra about 2 to 3 weeks before rehearsal started, just learning my own piano stuff. So similar for the upcoming production, the full rehearsal process will be 4 weeks, and we start next week, but I've been spending many hours every day working my fingers through the material.
I imagine. So how long have you been playing piano?
6
weeks. Really got
2
into
weeks.
the role.
Yeah, I started when I was 6 years old.
Oh, okay.
And I'm classically trained, so I didn't always love it, but I think around my teens, I then became obsessed with it, so many years.
Well, Kosei Arima has perfect pitch. Do you have perfect pitch?
Unfortunately not. I have relative.
Oh, you got relative pitch?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's still something. So you're basically already embodying the character, which is very exciting.
Trying
to. Well, and also the fact that you play the piano as well really adds to sort of the authenticity that you bring to the role. I think that's really exciting.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to seeing that for myself. Rachel, we'll come over to you and ask, how was it for you getting to do the concert?
Yeah, I think these characters are so beloved. Like, there's so much to sort of explore with them. So getting to put it on stage is like a really incredible experience. And I think because the source material is so loved as well, like so many people have followed it and really seen themselves in it, I think translating that to musical theater is a really incredible thing. Musical theater is an art form that's so larger than life, and I think manga and anime are very similar in that way. All these characters are so sort of animated and beautiful, and yeah, it's really fun to explore the world that they're in on stage. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. And now, Mia, let's come over to you, because you recently told me you actually weren't in the concert, but you're the newest addition to the cast.
Yes, I am.
So tell us that story.
Okay. I mean, like, what an opportunity to have straight out of drama school. I finished yesterday.
You didn't really? Yesterday?
Yesterday.
Good grief. Let's have a round of applause for that. Literally straight out of drama.
Straight
school.
out of drama.
Out the door, into the door of the Harold Pinter Theatre. That's what we want to see.
In here, to be fair.
True, yes. A quick stop off on stage.
And I mean, just meeting you guys about, 10 minutes ago? So this is all very crazy, but I already feel like family. No, but it's crazy. It's like, I feel like I already know you guys and I've already met you before. So I'm very excited.
Wait, hang on. You guys only just met
10 minutes ago.
10 minutes ago.
So when I met you, I've known them as long as you've known them.
Yes. We're like best mates.
Can I have a part? Is that how it works? That's amazing. I didn't realize it was. I thought you guys had maybe got, a Your Lie in April WhatsApp group.
We do have one of those, yes.
You do.
Is Mia invited?
Yes.
Don't worry, I'm helping secure your place in the friendship circle,
you,
Mia.
thank you.
That's what I'm here for. Now, Katie, I want to come over to you because you are our musical supervisor. Did I get that right?
That's
okay.
right.
Can you help explain for people who maybe don't know, I'm included in that, exactly what role a musical supervisor plays?
I can. So musical supervisor exists in film and theatre, but they're a bit different. But in theatre, you're basically the head of the music department. So you're responsible for casting, the singing, hiring the band, rehearsing the cast and the band, liaising with the composer, all things music, basically. So it's quite a multifaceted role.
And how did you work with Frank? Because you mentioned to me before we got on that Frank is someone you've met a lot of times for this. So what was that process like between taking his music and sort of helping interpret that?
Well, this is the third musical I've done with him, which is amazing to get to work with him again. And he's a really cool guy because he started off in the pop music industry in the 80s. He actually wrote Where Do Broken Hearts Go, the Whitney Houston song. Yeah, I know. So his background is very pop and country influenced, and so there's a lot of that music in this show, a lot more so than a lot of musicals. So it's been a lot of fun taking these pop songs, obviously the amazing classical music quotes from, we all know from the anime, they're in the show as well, and it's like a hybrid between classical, pop, and musical theatre. So it's really exciting to work on for me because I have to deal with all those styles.
And you said you were responsible for casting as well.
Partially, yeah.
Partially. And so what was part of the I mean, it almost sounds like an obvious question, but what was part of the process of finding it? It's not just your ability to perform, is it? There's more to it. It's, do they suit the character? What kind of things were you looking at?
Yeah, it's casting musicals is really difficult because everyone has to be able to sing, dance, and act. We all know that. For this, it was also even more difficult because for Zheng Xi, he also has to be able to play the piano to make a hard job even harder. But yeah, Mia actually just went through the audition process, so she might be able to give her perspective on it. But we had everyone sing a few songs, some from the show, maybe bring a pop song that they already know to show us what they can do. Then there's a dance round that they did with our choreographer. And then after that, it just becomes like a jigsaw, as you said, making sure they fit the character, but making sure they fit everyone else that we've already got who might be returning, like these three. So yeah, it's quite a complicated process.
I can imagine. So Mia, let's come to you, the freshly auditioning. So talk to us about what the experience was like. It must be fresh in your mind. You must remember very well.
Sure. No, it was, I think, one of the rooms when you walk in and you just feel so welcomed and seen that I instantly knew, like, I want to be in this. So I kind of spoke it into the universe, I guess. And yeah, it was quite quick. I think there was only 2 rounds. It was just singing first, where I sung a bit of the material and a pop song in my own repertoire. And then the second round.
What song was it?
Somebody to Love, We Will Rock You.
Oh, brilliant. Amazing. Okay.
Classic. And then 2 days later, we had essentially the finals, where it was the same thing, but we did a side, and then we did a dance round, and oh my God, I loved the choreography. I didn't know what to expect. I thought it would be a bit like lyrical and smooth, but it was funky, it was hip hop, it gave everything, and I was loving every second, so yeah.
Now, something I want to ask actually with this, because obviously we're going to talk about the music a lot, and in fact, there might be more music than you expect in this panel. Tease, okay. Obviously, when you watch, especially the early episodes of the anime, it's one of the most visually striking anime. It's beautiful. It starts during, Sakura season, so it's all very pink. There's lots of blossoming pastel colors. Is that reflected in the staging that you guys have throughout all this as well? And do you know if that was something? Yeah, I mean, it's to anyone. Like, is that something that you get to work with throughout the show?
Well, we on the first day of rehearsals, we always have this big moment called the model box viewing. So we'll find out for sure what the set looks like on Tuesday morning when we have our model box viewing on the first day of rehearsals. But for the concert, we had all pastel pinks and blues. The whole set was all in pastel and a gorgeous pink cherry tree on stage as well. So I definitely felt it was in keeping with the design of the anime.
Yeah, there was like a moment in our first show, because we have this beautiful big sakura tree, and the petals fall. And it was my last line, I think, when I was on stage with Zheng Xi, and the petals started falling, and I was saying this line, and I was like, that is so beautiful. And my brain like lagged a little bit, and I was like, I don't know what my line is because I'm just watching this tree, like it's so beautiful. And I think that was the moment I was like, wow, this really captures all of those beautiful colors and how vibrant the anime is, yeah.
Because, yeah, it is so striking. The fact that you've also managed to capture that visually on stage with your performances, I mean, I'm already so excited to be able to see that.
I should give a shout out to Justin Williams, who's our set designer.
Cheer for Justin Williams, everyone. Now, Katy, I'm wondering, because you have such a deep involvement in this with the cast, so do you have any particular favourite moments of the show? Or is it a bit like children? I love all of my children equally.
Yeah, you can't choose a favourite child. I think, for me, there's a really magical moment when we see Kaori play in the violin competition for the first time. And that's the first time we hear a big excerpt of classical music. And that bit's just really special. I won't give away what happens, but I think it really strikes a chord, to use a musical pun. My favourite song in the show is one called Catch a Shooting Star, which is in Act 2, which is right before the scene where they jump off the bridge. And it's just so cute and such a happy song, so I love that one.
Someone just laughed when you said jump off the bridge. I heard like a... Okay, what?
Is that wrong?
They jump into the river.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah, no,
sad.
it's a peaceful,
sorry.
fun...
It's a happy moment.
It's a reckless abandon moment, not what you're thinking. So
Okay,
don't worry.
yeah,
Well,
sorry.
actually, speaking of amazing music, I think it's maybe time for us to have our first performance of the panel. Zheng Xi, would you mind? You're going to be performing If I Can't Hear the Music. Would you care to take center stage? Give it up for Zheng Xi, everyone. You're going to hear one of the songs from Your Lie in April, the musical.
I'm sorry I have failed. I wanted to do better. I tried to be the son who you expected me to be. I've shamed this broken home. I've lost to this piano, but I'm still in this battle. I'm my own worst enemy. Where's my choice? The black or white voice? Thrown into the water, but I've never swam. I'm staring at death, losing my breath. I'm numb and I can't stand who I am. If I can't hear the music, if I can't hear the sound, then I'll drown in the memory. I'm gasping for air, is my answer out there? I've got no more to give, help me, how can I live if I can't hear the music? Though I know it by heart, every note disappears from me. Oh, mother, forgive me, I'll keep you here with me. I'll go on, but how if I can't hear the music right now? The human metronome, played every phrase in rhythm. Don't wanna be the victim, but now I have lost my way. I can't win this war if I lay down my weapon. It's me against the shadow of the boy who used to play. I can't recognize these black and white lies. They're mocking what's left of all that I knew. In over my head, I'll end up dead. Mother, please tell me what to do. If I can't hear the music, if I can't hear the sound, then I'll drown in the memory. The tide is too high, didn't want you to die. I've got no more to give, help me, how can I live if I can't hear the music as the waves take me down? All the silence is deafening. Oh mother, it kills me to know that I'm guilty. I'll go on, but how if I can't hear the music right now? If you come to see the show, I'll be playing the piano here. Thank you, Comic-Con. My one opponent, you're still here with me now. Can you save me? Why won't you save me? God, I hate you, but I need you to save me from myself. It's the end of my rope. I'm choking on hope. If I let go, will I be free? No one understands the blood on my hands. Mother, where are you? Please don't hate me. If I can't hear the music, if I can't hear the sound, let me drown in a memory. I'm lost on my own in this cursed monotone. I've got no more to give, help me, I want to live. If I can't hear the music, if I've got no way out, then I'm ending your legacy. Can you hear me crying? I'm so scared of dying. I'll go on, but how if I can't hear the music right now? Thank you.
That was absolutely incredible, Zheng Xi. Thank you so much for regaling us with that. Goodness me, what an incredible song. And especially for sort of the beginning of the story, is really lyrically perfectly descriptive of, I mean, you guys have seen the anime. It's really descriptive of like a particular scene that happens. Because I literally only watched it last night to refresh myself on it, and it's exactly what you just sung. Perfect. I couldn't have put this together better if I tried. But that was genuinely amazing. Let's talk about, because you've just come off stage, as it were. Let's talk about your attachment to your character and how you developed who you play.
So Arima Kosei is a piano prodigy, and he, after his mum dies, he develops a trauma where he's unable to hear music. I think for a long time he went through a very dark period in his life where he felt an attachment to the piano, but it gave him pain at the same time. And I feel like I relate to a lot of his struggles because I think I've gone through some dark moments in my life as well. And I think even as performers, because I play piano and I sing as well, there are times where the instrument and the thing you love so much can sometimes remind you of a lot of trauma as well. But I think in the show, you kind of, especially after he meets Kaori and Kaori changes his life, you kind of see how he grows as a person. And I feel over the past few years, I've kind of done that myself and seen the world in more colors. So yeah, and the anime is so beautiful. So it's been quite easy doing research because it's, yeah, a lot of fun to watch.
It's both there in black and white and in color from the manga and anime. So
yeah,
you've got it all. And by the way, some of you may have spotted up on screen the Your Lie in April, the musical. If you sign up this weekend, you get a chance to win selected merchandise, and there's a bunch of pairs. How many pairs of tickets? There are 5 pairs of tickets up for grabs. So if you go to yourlieinapril.co.uk, you guys get a chance to sign up and possibly win 5 pairs of tickets. So make sure you guys do go and do that, because you've got to see more of these performances, you know? You have to go and see this live. I'm looking forward to going, I'm saying that. So we're going to actually jump over on the sofa over here. We'll come down to you, Rachel. And we want to talk about Tsubaki Sawabe and try and just sort of talk about, similar to what Zheng Xi was just saying, the kind of things that you felt you had to bring to the character, or how you had to attach yourself to the character to be able to bring her to life.
Yeah, I think the first thing that I did when I found out about the project, I had just finished doing Death Note with the same team. Woo, Death Note! And through that process, I had learned about sort of doing the research and watching the source material. So the first thing that I did was I went to watch the anime, and a really cool thing is that we also have a cultural consultant, who basically shows little clips of the manga. Like, if we're doing a scene that's taken straight from the manga, like, he'll show us what it looks like, so you can see what the writers intended when they first created all of that. So I went to research, and I went to gather all of my information about Tsubaki. And she's tough, right? She's a tomboy. But I think it was really interesting to explore where that toughness comes from, because she has such like an outer shell. It's because she's there to protect herself. There's a real vulnerability in her, and in the journey that we see through her sorting out her feelings for Kosei and kind of coming to gripes with all of that, you see that vulnerability in her. And I think, just like me as a human being, like, every person has so many layers to them. So it's fun to get to color that in to my character. And yeah, like Zheng Xi was saying, take personal experiences with things that you go through and draw parallels with your own life. And yeah.
And also, you guys, obviously, the 3 of them are this sort of very tight-knit sort of, I think at one point, doesn't Kosei say in the anime, it's like having my own siblings. Yeah. So how do you go about sort of embodying that? Because obviously you guys are friends before this, because you can tell. You just tell. It flows from you all, darling. But how do you go about sort of really building that so it feels authentic?
Yeah, I mean, I think Dean and I had worked together on Death Note, so we had known each other, and there was like there was a friendship there already. It was sort of natural, and it came to us like kind of being the best friends, sidekicks together. And oftentimes, like, a lot of the humor in the show, because obviously it's a very sad and serious show with some very heavy themes, a lot of the humor in it comes from our characters bouncing off of each other. So we sort of built that naturally. I don't know if you want to sort of talk about how we went about doing that.
Yeah, sure. It's, you know, we have banter both on stage and off stage, and I think it's super important to find that when you're playing these kind of characters. And as you mentioned, it follows some really heavy themes, the show, and, you know, having moments of lightness and just, you know, soft energy and stuff, and little jokes and comedic value and things. It just really breaks up the dynamic of the piece. Yeah, I think when it comes to doing a show like this, which we have a bunch of source material, we're very, very lucky to kind of, you know, use that as the kind of holy grail and the kind of cornerstone for us. But I think for me, when it comes to doing like these shows, I find it kind of difficult to just fully immerse myself only with that, just because I don't want to copy what they're doing. And I want to be able to give myself, you know, in the room, creative license to explore, and especially explore with the other characters as well. But we're so fortunate to have this as like a cornerstone of something for us to actually go to. Yeah, so.
Yeah, and because we've built like a friendship between the 3 of us, and in the story, like, Coyote comes in and she sort of like turns all of our worlds upside down. It feels really fitting that we have a newcomer, be Katy, with us, and like it's so lovely to have that new energy, because I know that the show is going to just be completely different and fresh and new, and it's really exciting to have you with us now. I'm really excited.
That's actually exactly why I then wanted to come on to that, on exactly what you just said, because we're first introduced to Kaori as this sort of like shoeless hippie girl playing a lot of music in a playground. So do you feel you embody a lot of that yourself, Mia?
Oh, totally. Like, when I watch the anime and the film adaptation, I think what is so special is that I do see a glimpse of myself in her. And I think that is rare, especially as an actor. You know, you do characters where you don't relate to them at all, which is fun and challenging. But with Kaori, I do see a glimpse of myself in her with just how, like, her energy and, like, her optimism. I'm, like, complimenting myself right now with that. But I do genuinely see myself in her. So I'm so excited to get started and bringing my own take onto such an amazing character.
Now, I don't want to put you on the spot here, but obviously we have a master pianist, master violinist. Okay.
No.
I thought I'd ask just in case. That'd be amazing. That would be immensely fortunate if everyone did. But she is such a wonderful character. And I think actually, obviously, it's kind of hard for you to say yourself necessarily, but I can see a glimpse in that character. You're very, I said to you before we got on stage, you seem very sort of bubbly and energetic and engaging. And actually, she is all those things. She's very sincere. And like Rachel said, she comes in and she turns the world upside down. And I feel like today you've turned our worlds upside down, Mia. Maybe. No one else made a noise. I'm hoping that wasn't just me. But I actually think from what I'm seeing here, there are some really amazing characters. And I feel like you guys have given so much respect to what has come before, but really brought your own personality through in it. And I think that's amazing. Now, we've only got a little bit left of the panel, just under 10 minutes. But we have another performance. Dean John Wilson. Yeah. Dean is now going to perform The Beautiful Game from Your Lie in April, the musical.
Now, usually I have a full football team of guys with me on stage. So we'll see how this goes. I might need some audience participation at some point. So nice and loud. Yeah, woo! Let's go. You're all looking fabulous today, by the way. Round of applause for all you dressing up today for Comic-Con. Woo! Yes. No time to sweat it, heads up and forget it. Go run it down, give it your all. We're not gonna shatter, we'll climb up the ladder. Go get 'em and break down the wall. Chase it with heart, leave it all on the field. Go battle the ball with no shame. Get over that play, cause the win is still out there to claim. Relentless, devoted, we're locked and we're loaded. Keep pushing, we won't be denied. Fight for the school and the colors that rule. Yeah, believe it and own it with pride. There's a road to the top and we're in the fast lane. Go battle the ball with no shame. Get over that play, cause the win is still out there to claim. Get your skin in the game, we'll be stronger now. Strike it harder now and live up to our name. We can shoot like the stars and keep on burning. We'll be stronger now, strike it harder now and live up to our name. We can shoot like the stars and keep on burning. Giving all that we've got for the beautiful game. Raise the bar up, yeah, go for the World Cup, yeah. Let's take back this moment and shine. We'll change up our story and chase down the glory. See you across the goal line. Looking up at the stars, we forget that they fall. Each one of them stood in our shoes. And they'll tell us it's how you rise up from it all when you lose. Cause this isn't the end, we'll be stronger now. Catching fire now, yeah, we'll live like a flame. We can shoot like the stars and keep on burning. some audience participation. Here we go. It's going to be very, very simple. When I say "oh," everyone in the room, and I mean everyone says "oh." Here we go. Oh, yeah, that's it. Oh, yeah, you sound absolutely fabulous. Key change. We'll be stronger now, strike it harder now, and live up to our name. We can shoot like the stars and keep on running, giving all that we've got for the beautiful game. Oh. Louder, come on, you can sing louder than that. For this beautiful game, beautiful game. You are beautiful. Thank you very much.
John Wilson, everybody! I mean, I don't know what I was expecting from the two musical performances today, but good grief. Incredible songs, just astounding vocal displays. Have those performances been amazing, everyone? You guys got that early sneak peek of the Your Lie in April, the musical, and I mean, this has truly been so exciting. I do have to ask, there's a couple more questions out because we're going to have to bring the panel, very sadly, to a close very soon. But something I'd like to ask, and Katie, maybe you can answer this first at least. Having shows like Death Note and Your Lie in April coming to things like the West End, it's very important because I think it really helps people change the cultural zeitgeist of where things like anime and manga's influence sits. Why would you say it's important for shows like this to come to the West End?
For a lot of reasons. The first one that springs to mind is the amazing cast we have. Everyone in the cast is of East Asian heritage, which is amazing for representation in the West End, particularly for a new musical, because they don't come around very often. The other thing that I think is super exciting is it welcomes a younger audience into theatres, and for both Death Note and Your Lie in April, I had conversations with audience members that said they'd never been to the theatre before. And so I just think that's amazing, and all I want to do is introduce young people to theatre anyway, so it's perfect.
It really is, and I actually think there's sort of a trend starting to emerge, and this sort of links into my next question, and I'm actually going to pull the rug out from under you, because I asked you guys before about this question so that you could muse upon it, but I was going to say if there were other properties like Death Note or Your Lie in April that you would want to see adapted into a show like this, what would it be? And a couple of you said Ghibli stuff, but Spirited Away and, there's a couple of others, Totoro, that one, they've already been done. So if there were other maybe Ghibli properties or maybe other anime franchises, like who wants to see Dragon Ball the musical? There was a woo, someone would say Kamehameha, like I'd see that. No? Just me? Okay. Well, does anyone else want to throw their hat into the ring at something that they would personally love to see? There was one that I'm a big fan of that nobody knows. This will show that nobody knows. Has anyone ever heard of Sorcerer Stabber Orphan? No way! Seriously? Okay, wait around afterwards. We're going to chat. But in Japan, they made that into a musical because it's hugely popular there. It's been brought to the West, but it's never really taken off here, so there isn't one. Maybe your next show?
I'll bear it in mind.
Okay, but I'd like to know, do you guys have anything, because we've only got a few seconds left, what show would you like to maybe see, if any? If you don't have an answer, that's okay.
We always draw comparisons between our Emmy and Takashi being like Team Rocket. So maybe like something Pokemon.
You could do Pokemon Live.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. Mia, do you have one? No pressure. Naruto
Think
the
of
musical?
any at the top of my head at the moment.
Okay.
Maybe get to me at the end.
Okay.
I've got one.
Go on.
Sailor Moon.
Oh, Sailor Moon the
Yeah.
musical. Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds amazing.
Why not?
Why not? Okay, keep an eye out for that in a few years. Zheng Xi?
Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh, yes. My favorite of the Ghiblis. I would love to see that. Finally, Dean, any suggestions?
Fist of the North Star.
Oh, wow, that'd be amazing. Okay, maybe you could get, it's because you get to sing the song of Omae wa mou shinderu. That would be amazing. Finally, Mia.
I have to go with Sailor Moon.
Okay, doubling up Sailor Moon.
agree.
I think that means by majority vote, it has to be Sailor Moon now. So, Katie, we'll see you in a few years for Sailor Moon music. But remember, guys, the main reason we're here is not for Sailor Moon. We're here for Your Lie in April, the musical, coming on June 28th to the Harold Pinter Theatre. And if you guys do go on that website again, which we can get up, yourlieinapril.co.uk, you can enter for a chance to win up to 5 pairs of tickets and make your way to these shows. And that is just going to be the most exciting thing for people. I can't wait to see this. I'm definitely going to one of the previews. I'm telling you, I'm going. I'll be front and center to cheer you all on. But guys, give it up for your amazing cast of Your Lie in April. This is amazing. And thank you so much to all of you that came to support this. You've seen the performances. You know it's going to be amazing. Make sure you guys do go and support. Thank you very much for coming and joining the panel. Hopefully we'll see you at the shows. Enjoy the rest of your time here at MCM London. Thank you so much, guys. You've all been amazing.